Hey everyone, Mr. Happy here, and in this video, I want to give you guys my first impressions on the recent release Yooka Laylee. Now, for those who are unfamiliar, Yooka Laylee is the spiritual successor to Banjo-Kazooie and Banjo-Tooie that came out back on the N64 way back when. This game follows the story of the lizard Yooka and his bat friend Laylee as they attempt to recover the lost pages of the One Book to stop the evil capital B and his company from ruling the universe. No, I'm serious, that's the story. Basically, it's a 3D platformer focused on solving puzzles and defeating enemies to collect items. There's a variety of power-ups that unlock as you progress in the game, and these different power-ups will make use of both Yooka and Laylee in different ways, and allows you to go back and forth between the different worlds to get stuff you may have missed the first time. Now, before I get into my thoughts, let me just say, Banjo-Kazooie is one of my favorite N64 games. I probably put almost as much time into Banjo-Kazooie as I did Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time back then. So I was super excited to check this out. That being said, I do want to say that I'm going to be giving you my completely honest opinions, and on top of that, we're not going to be covering any of the controversy that's been surrounding this game. There is some, and if you want to know about it, go Google it elsewhere. I don't feel like dealing with that here. So what can I say? Yooka Laylee is exactly what it tries to be. It is pretty much a reskin of Banjo-Kazooie. It's as close to the original as humanly possible. Now, this is both good and bad. So games like this, I've noticed, create pretty polar opposite opinions. You either straight up love it and think it's perfect, or you hate it and the game doesn't do much to sway you towards the former. It's designed perfectly loyally to its source material. I mean, some of the good things that I like are the variety of puzzles, the mini games, the classic 3D platforming controls, which, by the way, have mostly aged well, the improved graphics, and all the exploration and power-ups that you can get as you play through the game. But it does perfectly simulate a 1990s N64 platformer, so there's got to be some bad. I mean, there's the forced or claustrophobic camera angles, too much tutorial text, occasionally stiff controls. I mean, I said they have aged mostly well, but there are some things that feel off on occasion, like rolling, and then your depth perception can make some of the platforming a little bit more difficult, but that's on a personal level. And the rest of the stuff is kind of the gray area. This is the stuff that makes it either love it or hate it. I mean, the voice acting, if you can even call it that, is just a mishmash of sounds set to different tones, like the story isn't too serious, which can make it hard to really care about the world Yooka and Laylee live in. I mean, even Banjo-Kazooie at least had Banjo's sister getting kidnapped as part of the story, whereas our heroes just kind of stumble into this situation. There's a gratuitous number of puns and fourth wall breaking, so you gotta really be into that kind of stuff, or face-palming, or enjoying that you're face-palming at all those different kinds of text. The music is just as cheesy as the puns in the text, and to be honest, the biggest thing that's gonna cause a gray area is it's not really original. It copies Banjo-Kazooie down to the T. So people who have played the old ones, you may or may not feel a sense of excitement that you once had when you played this game 20-something years ago. Ultimately, though, a lot of those gray area things are things that I lead towards being good. So my personal opinion is that it is a good game, but it has some very clear flaws, almost deliberately designed because of the era it is trying to be or trying to replicate in its gameplay. Personally, I'm very happy with the way that the game turned out, and if you are a fan of those old N64 platformers, I think your nostalgia and your desire to kind of play more of these indie-style games that replicate that old gameplay will probably be good for you. It's available on PlayStation 4, Xbox One, Steam, and I believe it's coming to the Switch somewhat soon. I think the Switch version got pushed back a little bit. So there are plenty of platforms to get it on as well. I would recommend it personally, but I'm going to leave that decision up to you. And that's going to be a wrap for my Yooka Laylee first thoughts. Now I got to get past the next, I think, 12 to 15 hours I got to go through before I can get towards the end of the game. I played about 3 hours so far. I heard it was 15 to 20 hours approximately. But anyway, thank you for watching this video. Be sure to like, favorite, subscribe, and share. And stay tuned. I'm going to be doing some first impressions on some other games in the coming future. So hopefully you're looking forward to that. Anyway, thanks for watching, and until next time, take care.